Hello. Hey everybody, it's your girl Maria J, aka the Blessed Boss Lady here, and Sis Let's Talk About It. I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Kiera and Miss Nikki Banks. They are not here today, but of course they're watching and they're in spirits. Go ahead, ladies, and we will see you guys next week. But of course, I have my faves with me. Let's start off with Mr. Award-winning podcast host Toxic Tony from Shit Talk Podcast that has won their award for Best Toxic Podcast. What's good?
What up, though? I'm not toxic, by the way.
Oh, you're not? Okay. You just won for a toxic podcast.
I mean, if Al Capone won the Gangster Award, he's not really a gangster. He's just an actor.
Yep. And then, of course, we have the best topic connoisseur for this topic. Love is in the building from our organic, cosmic, sexual podcast that's here on Podcastic. How are you, my love?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So we are going to be talking about sex and specifically having that sex talk with our daughters. So definitely want to get the input of Mr. Tony, since you are a father of how many daughters?
5.
And have you had to talk with all of them?
Yeah, but after the first one, the rest was easy because she kind of made it easy for me because she was the most open. Like, it's this thing in my house that everybody feels like my oldest, she's actually about to have a baby. Her baby shower is Sunday. She's 23, a nurse. She doing what she got to do. But
that's what's up.
When she was younger, me and her always, thanks. We kicked it on everything. So she kind of softened the blow and made it easier because the rumor is that that's my best friend. Like, she's my favorite. But I don't have no favorite. Just everybody has a special spot, and she just always was open with me, so she made it easier, and she kind of helped me with them, so I didn't have to go in depth with them because she was there, and she
handled that part.
She wasn't a sister that let her sisters crash out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And love, what do you see mostly now with the new generation of young girls getting into their sexuality so young now, especially in high school? They're a lot more explorative than we were. I would say that.
Yes, definitely. The lack of education. They took sex education out of schools, and unfortunately, it left people with people my age with children that have no knowledge of the do's and don'ts. They have no courage to ask specific questions. They feel uncomfortable making a person. I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick.
This is why we have love here.
Like, keep these bitches on you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you're active, keep them on you.
Yes.
You don't know, and I'm being honest. I ain't had none in a minute, but shoot, you never know what might happen.
Exactly. You said those are the...
Yeah, I like them. The skin.
Most men do because they don't have a rubber smell.
Yeah. Non-latex.
Exactly.
Non-latex. Oh,
well, most women do too if they're in a relationship and they being on some sneak shit. That's the best thing because we can't smell it.
See, I don't know about that part because the person that informed me about them, unfortunately, they a little community,
so they know all the tricks.
They know all the tricks
to be getting caught.
On how not to get caught up. You know what I'm saying? So,
definitely.
But saying that to say, I definitely recommend parents to just speak to their kids, because just because they are asking questions doesn't actually mean that they're active.
And that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And a lot of times, people feel putting their daughters on some form of birth control is a promotion to saying, okay, go ahead and do it. And that's not necessarily the case. You want to protect your child. It's a little girl on social media right now that's 13 going on her second baby.
Yes.
And her father was like, oh, no, the first one was okay. But the second one.
You got to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And we saw that one. And and he was for real. Because he's like, I'm beyond. He ended up speaking out about it because he's beyond stressed out about that situation. So definitely.
I actually met a girl that was like 11 years old, pregnant, when, like, back in the day when I used to be out of town, And the city that we were in, like, this little girl was like pregnant. And I'm like, when they told me, I'm like, y'all lying, but like 11 years old was pregnant. I'm like, get the fuck, like, I was so mad, like hurt, like 11, like, and the boyfriend was only like, she was 11 and he was maybe 12 or 13. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I'm gonna be honest, that happened in the 90s. One of my mom's kids actually, and y'all gotta excuse me, I just left work. She was conceived at a very, very young age. If I'm not mistaken, it was 12.
Okay.
And this was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So the lack of education and just allowing your children to run free and not actually have certain conversations with them, I think we need to get more on that. Because we can have the same conversations with our homegirls.
Exactly. So the reason why I really wanted to bring this up, because currently, you know, my daughter's about to go into senior high school, and you know, I remember my times in high school and how, you know, you think you're gonna marry the high school sweetheart type thing, and shoot, by the time y'all graduate high school, you don't like nobody by the end of the summer. So it's just more so like when I was talking to her, and even, you know, some of her cousins, it was just, the conversation sounds the same as when we were growing up, where the focus is, I don't want to get pregnant. But what about the emotional tears that you get? The emotional stresses that you get, like when they break your heart and you're young and you don't even know how to deal with that emotionally because you just gave something up that you thought that this person was actually going to hold to. Why are we as parents, what conversations are we having about those? Like, we're talking about don't get pregnant, but before I even had my first child, I was emotionally messed up. Like, when it came to relationships, because it was like you were so tied in so young. Like, we're in the era where we thought we was going to marry that person. We were already creating weddings and all that after high school. Some of them did get married, and they were divorced before they ended up finishing college.
Well, I'm going to be honest, for myself, the gentleman that I was dating at the time during high school, he was 2 years older than me. So as I was going, I was in 11th. He was literally he had just graduated. I don't know. Y'all know me. I'm gonna put it on the zone. I'm gonna put it on my zodiac real quick.
Cancer.
I'm gonna put it on my zodiac real quick. When I knew I wasn't marrying him when I was a senior in high school. I'm being honest. That was just me. I knew that wasn't who I was about to spend the rest of my life with, because my goals and plans were mapped out in a different direction than what he was already on and where he was going. And I feel that that's just as important as the conversation of having sex.
Exactly.
As a man, you know, you need to have that conversation with your daughter if you're actively in her life about the type of men that you feel are valuable for her. You know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of one of the things I did. I sit down. So we had this thing in my house we call Keep It Real Sunday. Like, we do it once a month. So anything y'all want to talk about, we talk about. And if it's something that I'm doing that y'all want me to change, if it makes sense around the table, we do it. So I've been doing this since they was kids. So they've seen me married, divorced. They see me with my whole phase. They see me with all that, because after I broke up, I just was racking up numbers. It was some casualties out here for real.
Okay, let's be clear to the audience. Tone is a Cancer too.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer too.
Yeah. So his conversation is going to be a lot deeper and a lot more intimate with his kids.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, like, I want them to deal in reality. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all could peep me when he tripping, y'all should be able to peep. It shouldn't be nothing for no other nigga. And I'm like, it was a time when they like, daddy out here being a thought. I said, okay, so now it's time for me to fall back, because they, you know what I'm saying? But it's good, because y'all done seen all walks of me, the hustling and everything. Like, it wasn't in your face, but I heard through family members, like,
they not stupid.
Me and my oldest was at Family Dollar one day. This was a long time ago. I don't hustle now. She was like, you should get the lavender Glade things. She like, when my G and my pawpaw fried fish, it kills the smell in the house. She like, I think you need that for the smell that's in the house. And I looked, I'm like,
She said,
I'm like, all right.
fish.
No, she was saying, but she smelled weed. She could smell the weed through the house.
Oh, she smells stuff. Okay.
So she like, get this to clear the smell. So, but these are kind of conversations that, but it let me know like, oh shit,
she
like,
not,
I'm doing
she paying
too much.
attention.
Like, and I'm thinking this shit hid and concealed, but it ain't.
Weed, I don't, even though weed, you mentioned it and it's not the actual topic,
Right.
I personally do not believe that children are that naive.
They not.
They not.
It's a whole nother aroma coming through the house.
Yes, literally, especially if it's burnt. It's a whole different type of smell.
And so the 23-year-old, she was on birth control. The older.
Hey.
Hola.
Now, this is what I'm talking about.
You
This
know,
how we pop in on Girls and Freaks. We just walking the door.
Yes. Our guest is here. He's gonna get settled a little bit, but definitely when it comes to just like our kids are not slow. Like I remember thinking about that smell, and I'm like, I know it, but then when I started smoking, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. It was burnt tails.
Like it's stuck on that.
That thing is stuck. It was like burnt tails. So now I'm like, okay, that's what that was. They were joints back in the day. Everybody used to smoke joints, and that paper smell was it versus now we smoke, or people smoke our blunts and all that.
If it's not smoked weed, it got a whole different smell.
Yes, totally. Once it's smoked,
and especially if it's a nice amount, that shit. But if you're immune to it, you don't smell it. People be coming around like.
You been smoking.
Like,
you be like, I don't smell it.
I smell it on your porch.
Man, that is true. Because when I stopped smoking and people used to come around me that smoke, I'd be like, goddamn. Like, that's how I used to walk around here. Just everywhere, just, oh, dang.
That's how you got to park in the back of the parking lot.
Yes. Like, no, can't nothing, like, walk it off. Walk it off.
But see, this the thing, and I just wanted to say this. You can have all the talks in the world, but when that right dick get to hitting that motherfucker or eating that motherfucker,
boy,
they don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna be honest. As a daddy's girl, I'm gonna have to disagree.
Well, so
and you saying you got that relationship with that one, it might not. Yeah, and you have multiple. It might apply to one, but when you got that certain relationship and you start peeping that stuff, especially if it's something that you noticed that you may have noticed in your daddy when he went through his whole phase, you gonna be like, yeah, I'm good.
But see,
and you gonna start figuring out your exit.
But that's kind of like what you said with the one you knew you weren't gonna be with him. That didn't mean you stopped dealing with him, though.
Actually, yeah, I start fading out.
I start
fading out, and when he noticed I was fading out, may his mental rest in peace.
Dang.
He jumped on me. No, dead serious. He jumped on me 2 weeks before the prom.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was just in high school.
They was tender back then too.
Girl, he jumped on me 2 weeks before the prom, and but I got his ass back real good. Took him to the hotel the day of the prom, left him there, and took his clothes.
Damn.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guest. We have Mr. Jermaine in the building. Hello, sir.
Hey.
How you doing? And, of course, everyone that you see here will be with us next week on August 30th, the Battle of the Sexes. We about to have this hard conversation, food, drinks, and fun. Don't forget to hit us up next week. Well, the flyer will be up there too. But we definitely want to make sure you check out the page so you can find out where the Battle of the Sexes is. So again, we're talking sex talk and sex talk with our daughters. Have you had the sex talk with your daughter already?
Regularly.
So how is that conversation based on how things are now? What is that conversation with her based on? You know, back in the day, they wanted our focus to be don't get pregnant. But are we talking about the emotional issues that come with it, the financial issues that come with it, that the responsibility that is more than just getting pregnant?
I take a holistic approach with my daughter.
Okay.
So everything that you just talked about, I talk about that. And, I get graphic without getting graphic. I say things like, so you really don't know him and he's not able to take care of himself, but you're going to allow him to put that inside of you.
That's a different approach. Yeah. I'm going to have that, like, can he pay your cell phone bill? And you want? Okay, I just want to make sure.
And then, I've she mentioned dating to me, and I was like, no, you're not mature enough to date. And my daughter is a freshman in college. And I told her she's not mature enough to date because the whole point of dating is to get married. Like, that's the only reason why you're dating. Without, I'm trying not to get deep in it, but at the same time,
Going to get deep.
This is
Going to
the
show.
all right, so
Shit.
so like the Western way of marriage, I think is stupid.
I can agree with you on that.
Okay, I think that arranged marriage makes a whole lot of sense. Like the woman is raised by her family and prepared to be a wife. And so is the man. Right, he's prepared to be a husband, and on top of that, I'm talking about the emotional stuff that come with it. Like, he's prepared for that, but on top of that, his daddy got a business to pass on to him. So we're talking about that provision, right? So, so then Randy's dad is like, "Yo, I got my business," and he go holler at Rita's dad, and he like, "Hey, I got my business." And he's like, "Yeah, we've been working with Rita, and she's really been blossoming into a wonderful woman. And we believe she's ready, she'll be a good candidate for marriage. What kind of business you got again? Oh, I got this. Okay, put something up then.
You got the dowries and all of that's included with that.
Yeah, put something up then. Because if this don't work out, well, my daughter going to fall back on.
And we definitely don't look at or even think about that aspect, because you think about it, because we talked before, think about dating somebody for 5 years. That's
a
five.
waste. Don't waste my time.
That not only was you wasted 5 years of your life, but think about how much money you lost in that aspect of that 5 years that you could have did something else, went traveling somewhere else, all that you've lost. And you're not going to get that back, especially like you were saying. A man requires so much. They want you to, what did y'all say? The sex.
A relationship is another job.
That is a whole job.
Regardless of what a person wants to believe, a relationship is a job. You have to actually be attentive in your relationship. You have to be present.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Selfless.
So, you definitely have to be selfless. Your bad day at work shouldn't have to come home. The same way if something at work at home happened doesn't transfer to work.
Exactly.
And that balance, unfortunately, is missed as well. So I'm definitely with you on the arranged marriage. A lot of people don't agree with them, but they have their ups and downs, and in the same breath, a lot of them work.
I think at the end of the day, a lot of women say, "I want to marry a guy that I'm in love with," right? And I think that this is just an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, most women end up learning to love that person.
Yes.
Right. So why not jump in blinded with the man that your daddy chose for you, right? Because a man has no business getting married because he's handsome.
Facts.
Or a woman.
So I got a question.
Exactly.
So a woman has no business getting married because she's pretty.
Yeah.
Do y'all think the arranged marriages are more successful than the other ones?
Indeed.
Yeah, they are. They normally are.
Indeed.
They normally are.
Because guess what you got? You got the mama and daddy on both sides supporting. And damn, that's embarrassing.
You good?
Make sure I'm off. It was just a reminder for us all.
So you got them supporting. So the most important part is there is a financial support, right? So you got the financial support from the father side of the family, and then you got the household and emotional support from the mother side of the family, right? So when the daughter gives birth, the maternal mother is moving in. The maternal father might be moving in too. 9 times out of 10, the grandparents are in the home, and that's expected. You know what I mean? So now as the family grows, the family has support. If the parents want to go on vacation, they ain't gotta look for a babysitter.
Facts.
If the parents want to grow financially, they don't have to worry about how their child is taken care of. Mm-hmm. So the family is involved, right? So now and then as the child grows up, the child has an understanding of his roots. That child knows who they are. So that child is able to grow without dealing with distractions. The child is able to shield itself from distractions. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to do the same thing. They're going to go out and get married arranged.
Will we ever get back to that, or could we ever get back to that?
That's not a part of our culture.
It's
I was about to ask you,
not
like what do you mean by get back to
all the
it?
people I follow on social media are not our color. That's in arranged marriages. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely not, because one, we don't listen even to our parents before we even become adults. Let alone listen to them in the sense of we want to do something because we're not seeing it from them. So until we see it from someone and see it successfully from someone culture-wise, it would never work out.
Well, our marriage is an institution. It's about paper. Mm-hmm. We like, again, without going too deep.
I mean, but in Asia, it's the same way, though, because a woman is going to ask that.
I feel like if social media start pushing that agenda, it might work. People might look into it. Social media running the world right now. Everybody
Unfortunately, it really is.
You can't even go overseas, though, without them asking you the specifics when you go and sit down. They want to know where you work, how long you been working there, what is your yearly income, what do you have saved and stocked up. They ask the money question straight off the back. So when we do it over here, it looks like we're gold digging, but technically that is the basis of that. That's instant, because they want to make sure that they are actually about to be taken care of, because they're not about to walk into something and you can't provide as the man. So those are like literally legit questions they ask at the first date.
But they're also the men in that culture, and the men are raised from children to be providers. You go out and you work in the field. You go out and you go with dad and work. Not sit under mommy while she in the kitchen and she catering to you in the living room playing video games. And then 20 years later, you still looking for that same woman to do the exact same thing.
But let's look at the flip side, right? To your opening statement, like, when will we get back to that? We have the ability to walk into that now. Like, we have the ability to walk into it in a sense, not directly, but into a sense. And it's addressing what you ladies are talking about. So as a man, especially a black man, right? Your parents, their main focus, when you raised in the city, is to keep you alive, keep you from getting somebody pregnant, and to get you out of high school and motivate you to get some type of higher education, right? And in the midst of that, if they doing all that, they keeping you away from the streets, right? Like, they spend all their time doing that, and both your parents working. And they both working full-time jobs, right? And don't live in a nice neighborhood. They working their ass off.
Yep. Just to provide that.
They put in 12 hours a day each.
All right. So having something passed on to you, you're in the 5%, right? Let's say 10%, because you might get passed on a career. We can even take it up to 25%. You might get passed on a career, right? So that means 75% of men aren't eligible for the conversation that we were having. But I believe that to be a false statement, right? What you can do as a man is you can become an adult. You can figure out what you want to do or figure out what you want to try, and then you can spend time in that. Professionally, it takes you 8 years to be a professional. So that means your field inside and out, right? Mistakes and all that, you've been through that, and you have grown. So now you done put the work in to where you can say, boom, this is what I have, sir. This is what I'm bringing to the table for your wife. I've been at Comcast for 9 years, and I worked my way up. You know what I mean? And probably this is what I want to do next. And maybe you're not going to give him any cash or give him any dowry or anything like that. But on top of the ring that you present her with, you gonna say, yo, I gave your daughter 10,000.
I follow a gentleman that's like that. He's I forgot his name. He's actually a black guy. And he said that when she decided to marry him, he gave her $250,000, and he actually put her on a salary so that her income, her job was to be his wife. And he paid her actually for that. And they're born and raised over here in the States. I'm going to make sure I get that to you when the show is over. Because he sells a lot of stuff. Oh, my God, I got it. Yada. His name is Yada.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is. That's the one who had the 50-50 when we did Journey, and I showed the... He
actually created something, too, and healed his mother from... cancer, I think. Mm-hmm. He actually sells a product on his page.
Okay, yeah.
He had the conversation that went viral about the 50-50. Yes, he said that's horrible. He was like, if you getting a man that's telling you 50-50, that's not a real man. He said, because a man is supposed to take care of his household. He said that is your duties as the man. And you also see in that video when he was talking to him how that 50-50 man took everything offensively. Mm-hmm. He came at everything as he was being attacked. Versus he's just having a conversation with you.
Hey, and I understand how a 50-50 man feels, because I was a 50-50 man. Actually, I'm a former fuckboy. You know what I'm saying? Just real nigga shit.
I appreciate that. Accountability is key.
Yes, it is.
Hey, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
I was terrible, dog. And thought the shit was right.
I just don't. That's hard to believe. You just so calm right now.
I'm so
transformations. You understand?
You say what?
When I heard fuckboy, I never like I couldn't.
You don't understand that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Can you explain the fuck boy?
Yeah,
I could just say little shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what I mean. Yeah.
What you mean you ain't gonna buy me nothing?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, even but
it's
beyond
all about going against the grain.
Yeah,
when you're a fuck boy, you totally go against the traditional grain of being a dude.
Yeah. Multiple chicks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Being honest with most and lying to one.
The main one. That's really doing everything, but you.
Never laying down a foundation. Just living life and getting pussy.
Just getting your penis wet.
And
literally.
And I ain't even gonna say living life, just running through life.
Was a nigga that was like gay or some shit.
No.
I can only agree with the begging part. The niggas is begging the woman, all the rest. I don't know if I agree with that title.
Begging?
Okay.
Huh?
Begging?
No, he said, what you gonna do for me? What can you give me? That's a nigga begging. Yeah, that's some.
Yeah, and that's part of being a fuckboy.
But that's the thing. Because the thing about it is they prefer
to be taken care of. Because they will be. They feel their penis is the prize.
Mm-hmm.
And they will tell you, look, I'll save you some money by watching. Exactly, because they'll say, I save you some money, I'll watch your kids.
Bad, damn.
I watch your kids.
Well, I mean, because there's levels to it. It really is levels to it. It's really levels to it.
I've never heard that in that context until she said it.
It's a horrible phrase, ain't it?
It is very, very.
See where your mind went.
Yes,
that's a horrible. It is a horrible behavior, man. Like you really, really damaged some women doing that.
Yes.
Like oh my goodness.
And healing. Got
so
women
what
out
do
here
you
needing
call the women of that stature that does what the fuck boys do? What are they called? It's women that do the same shit.
What, by saying that you got to give me money?
No, everything he named, that's fucking multiple guys and doing everything that y'all just said.
Yeah, it was a heifer or something.
We've always had a title for that.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically a man hoe.
Okay, man whore. I just never.
It's just basically a man being a hoe.
The fuckboy-tastics, yes.
I never heard it before. I've heard it like the Trina song, I think, but I didn't know what she was talking like. When she said fuckboy, like.
Yeah, immature nigga.
Very immature.
Intelligent though, just don't want to work to their potential.
Yeah,
because they're used to being taken care of. They're used to being taken care of, and the thing about it is they know they got good dick, and that's literally what they just be slinging around this bitch because they know.
Yeah. And what I noticed too, a lot of them come from, unfortunately, not all, but majority do come from that mother trauma.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
They are.
They do come. They have that parental issue.
Mother trauma. I'm gonna tell you what it is. That's how we was raised by our daddies. bottom motherfucking line.
Well,
Real nigga shit, and that's how the niggas, that's how the homies in the hood talk. That's how the niggas in the middle talk, and that's how the niggas at the top talk.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. All the gentlemen that I have come across, just in conversation,
because a lot of niggas ain't got daddies in the
and
house.
that's what I say. They didn't have fathers. So, and when you actually have those conversations and tapped in deeper, it was a lack of things that they was receiving from their mother. So they actually start deflecting that onto you.
The
so
women,
I can't really tell my mama how I feel, but I'm gonna make you feel
the way I feel.
I'm gonna make you feel all that shit that I can't make her feel.
I definitely agree to that, because a lot of F-boys that I've known or even dealt with, that even if they had two parents in the household, they have issues with their mama. Mm-hmm. They were closer to they have a relationship with their father, but mom
so
is
do
OG.
that fall into what he said? Nope. Like you say, they dad treated their mama a certain way and they just felt
it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It's just that, again, what I opened up, not what I opened up with, but we talked about earlier, the parents was working.
They wasn't there.
Okay, it's not even that. Listen, the parents working. They ain't had time to go ahead and teach me how to be a husband. Like I said, they were very focused on getting me the fuck on so I can live my life. The conversations that I had about sex was, son, don't hurt them, but fuck them all.
I ain't mad at your daddy for that.
I'm talking about your text.
Oh,
I ain't mad at him for that.
That was my conversation.
Well,
so that's why I say I was honest
So
with
with
all.
that conversation, I got a quick question before you go into what you about to say. Does the father stem from some form of trauma at that point that he's actually bringing down to the child?
Nah, my dad is a traditional man, and he was raised by his dad. He 1 to 13. My dad Guyanese. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, ain't no trauma. You know, me and my mama talk about it. She just ain't know what she was getting involved with. He's a man. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is that because of the foundation of men, that makes it what they are built to do, and we as women, we ignore so much that at the end of the day, it's kind of our accountability and our fault that we dealt with the shit and we were in that problems for so long, correct?
Well, I'll say this. It's two things, and I'm going to start out with the simple thing and something that I just started talking about with my homegirl, and I don't know how to feel about it yet, but here we go. So first of all, you know, it is so uncommon for a man to be with one woman.
I can agree to that.
It is almost unnatural.
Why?
Almost. Now, here's my new theory of why. Because we're circumcised. We have the foreskin of the most sensitive part of our dick removed. We are off the chain. Could you imagine if the hood of your clitoris was removed?
You couldn't walk in jeans. Couldn't walk in the motherfucking pants. Ain't nothing like I don't even go commando for shit like that.
No, jeez.
Oh, you ain't ready. Nope, not doing it. I don't need my click flicking on no jeans and shit. That's crazy to me. I'm with you.
Oh my goodness.
Forget
You have shut me down, yes.
But forget testosterone.
Right, the fact that your penis just rubbing on something all day.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then porn and things that you can see is just so
And then the
accessible
mental
right now.
that you would get from just the thought process. You'll be at a restaurant or even just drop.
I just watched a video where a girl was trying to take a picture and a guy just walked up and grabbed her ass. Like and she was just like, what the? So, and his penis was probably rubbing on his boxers all day.
I ain't trying to excuse it. I'm just saying put it in the thought. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one though. I ain't think about that one.
I ain't even think about it until last week talking to my homegirl.
But I didn't think about that one.
What up, Kiera? Kiera says fuck boys are females with a dick. So pretty much that what they call the tender dick mentality.
It's a man not being a man. You know, it's just
I never
a
heard
man
of the tender dick mentality.
Yeah.
That's a new one for me.
Yep, tender dick mentality.
All of that. It falls into all of that.
Is what I know about tender dicks is niggas that want to fight and beef over women like they property and be tripping. That's
why I feel like like our generation of understanding. This whole new generation, no, it's Shani, the new generation of understanding what a tender dick is. So
what's the tender dick?
What's the tender dick?
I just
for
found
the
out
new
about
generation?
capping today.
About who?
Girl, don't even start with me. Capping. I was in class. I was the only one sitting there like, what the fuck is we talking about? They had to pull me to the side. They was like, I said, oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Just lying.
Yeah. I was like, just say you're lying.
So tender dick now for this generation is what?
Maybe a person that's not really knowing how to pursue a woman. Maybe just overly emotional. You can't really get through to them. Heavily opinionated. I don't really.
But I noticed like
shit, I know some niggas over 40 like that.
But yes, and they're going for younger women. Like you're noticing that the 40, 45s are trying to go for the 20, 25 before 30 year olds. Like why?
I mean, that age is actually more, you know what I'm saying? When this one girl said it best. When she was in her 20s and she seen a man in his 40s or his late 30s or mid 30s and he had his own place, he had a job, he had a car, she was like, now that she's in her 40s, it's like, no, you were supposed to have that. Exactly. But you're kind of fascinated with the fact because you have 20-year-old men that don't have that. They still live with their mama, they're in the basement, they going pillow to post. So now you in your 20s and you see a man that's 30 like me. I mean, I was 19 going on 20. The first gentleman that ever took care of me was like 8 years older than me. You get what I'm saying? And so for me, like move me out, all of that kind of stuff. So when you see that, I mean, I'm grateful he wasn't no asshole. Lord knows I am. But when I got older, it's like you ain't had shit that you weren't supposed to have.
Exactly.
You know
so now it's a requirement, but then you have those who feel that technically, you know, this is what it is. Like, you accepting me for who I am. Like, because they're raised by mothers that they're out here like, my son is the prize. Like, what are you bringing to the table for my son? My son graduated from college. What do you have for him? And that mom is pushing that versus why are we not telling our sons, why are you not looking towards marriage for this woman? Why is it not this? Why are we not thinking about marriage when, like you said, when we're dating? Are we even having those conversations with our children in real reality?
We're not doing that for. I always revert back. I'm the circle man. You know, one, we work too much. We don't put time into our family, and that is systemically put in place so that media can work. So when you got TV teaching your children how to be raised, for instance, I'm watching, and I have a great relationship with my daughter, right? So I'm watching what she watch. I'm with her, and she's watching Grownish, and they in college, and it's a sex scene. And it's a graphic sex scene. You don't see no bodies, but you see what's going on. You don't see no body parts, but you see what's going on.
Right. The motion.
And I was like, Jazz, why are they fucking? Like, listen, I ain't about to be soft. I said, why they fucking? She was like, ugh. I'm like, that's so unnecessary. It's unnecessary for them to force sexual behavior on you as a part of growing up. I'll take care of your sexual education. I don't need them to do that.
That's true. That's true, definitely. Well, we're at 3 minutes. We're going to be talking about things like this at the Battle of the Sexes next week. Definitely want to thank Mr. Toxic Tone from the Best Toxic Podcast. Great, congratulations on your win. But you're not toxic, it's just the name.
I'm not a fuckboy either.
No, you're not a fuckboy either.
Or tender dick. I'm just talking
none
shit
of those. He's just toxic. And just look up the definition of toxic, you'll understand. So, and then thank you for having Love. Love will be on the panel with us for the ladies. So just understand it is guy versus girl. So we need all the ladies to represent for us because the guys seem like they trying to come hard, but I think we're good on the ladies.
This should be interesting.
This is going to be
very
It's
interesting.
different. views even on the men panel. I just learned some shit. Like, not learned, but he just enlightened me on. That's why I was quiet. Y'all know I ain't never. You know, man.
Never
quiet.
I'm not never quiet.
Never quiet.
But you have to respect. I've been taught to respect perception, but his perception was kind of dope on how he viewed it.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Just imagine about the conversations we're gonna have next week.
I just wanted to wonder, what about the one? I'm gonna say this real quick. What about that guy that was taught to raise, to love her and treat her right, and she broke his heart?
Ah, dog, fuck that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I might go to jail. I ain't gonna lie.
Because we focus on the man not doing what he's supposed to do, but you have some women that will, cut you.
You know what? We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to tap into that.
We're going to be talking about next week.
Be here next Friday.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Make sure you guys check out Sis Let's Talk About It page for the location and where we'll be at next week. You will see everybody here on the panel. We're going to have some food, drinks, and fun conversation again from 7 to 10 next week, August 30th. So we are out of here.
Yes.
Stay tuned. You got Shit Talk Podcast coming up next. Bye.